Hi everybody, it's Dawn and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, how would you like to be this person? You know when you see people and they run into a train and you wonder how in the heck did you run into a train? Well, how about how in the heck did you run into a cruise ship? We have that story for you. We have the port of Antigua spending millions of dollars to bring in more cruise passengers, more cruise ships, and enhancing your experience while you're in the port. We have some updates somewhat of the missing passenger from the Radiance of the Seas who went missing on February 17th, I believe. And then we also have the Port of Nice and the mayor. Well, they're kind of backtracking now. So the Carnival Jubilee was docked in Galveston, Texas, where I just came from, when a sailboat, well, it just ran into the front of the ship, right into the bow of the ship. And from the comments you hear and the people watching it, they said, yeah, he just kind of ran straight into it, like slight curve and then bang, right into the cruise ship. It almost as if the person forgot, oh, well, my ship can fit under the front of the cruise ship, but it's a sailboat. He's got these big masts up here. And well, guess what? They didn't fit under the cruise ship. And so he got stuck there when a pilot boat had to come over and help untangle them from the cruise ship. Luckily, there was no real damage to the cruise ship other than scraping of some paint. And it was seaworthy. It continued on its sailing. It's not going to affect their itinerary at all. But yeah, you got to wonder, how did you miss a cruise ship? How did you not pay attention to it? And just because of where the cruise hit, it's almost like he tried to go under the front when he got stuck. Now, it's possible they had a mechanical function, misfunction, and like the rudder got jammed and they couldn't turn because it's being motorized at that point. His sails apparently weren't up. But yeah, other than that, yeah, if he ran into it, there could be some huge fines coming for that sailor in the near future. Crazy. How do you run into a cruise ship? It's only 180,000 gross tons. I mean, it's easy to miss, right? You blink and it's gone. Well, next we have the Port of Nice, and they are kind of backtracking now on their decision to cancel out basically all cruise ships over 900 passengers. Crazy amount. They were really going to cut back a lot, but they're kind of changing their tune now after businesses and the cruise lines started talking with them, and the mayor is now saying, you know what, I'm going to propose a compromise in early March around the 6th or 7th, and it's going to allow cruise ships about 2,500 passengers now to go to the further dock away from Nice, and the smaller cruise ships can still come into Nice. But that's a big change because it's not banning outright. And out of the 95 cruise ships that are scheduled in 2025, 20 of them won't meet that category. The other stipulation is that they will only be able to go one cruise ship per day, which means they'll have to spread the cruise ships out a little more, which really shouldn't be a problem. 365 days a year, 95 cruise ships. Less now should be an easy scheduling thing for the cruise lines to do. So a little bit of a change there for Nice. That's pretty good news because, it's better to come up with a compromise to kind of help for both sides of the arguments as opposed to just an outright ban that just eliminates one side altogether and is never really the solution for much. Next, let's talk about Antigua, and they are spending millions, and I mean millions of dollars on a new destination for us to go. You're still going into the Antigua, but they're building a new dock, a new cruise terminal. They're building a club with a pool and bar and restaurants. They're building a new marketplace that's going to be featuring local artisans, and they're going to be local foods, etc. They're even sprinkling some other shops, some restaurants, some bars, some entertainment venues, as well as even an ice cream shop will be there in the future. And all this is expected to be built by June of 2026. So not that long, just over a year from now, which is pretty good news. It makes that destination a lot more appealing, and they're trying to draw in a lot more cruise ships. They have 5 berths now with a new pier coming. So yeah, they're looking to entice cruise ships to make Antigua one of the premier destinations in the Caribbean, like San Juan and Cozumel are. And we all know how busy those ports are. And they're hoping to get a little bit of the piece of the pie, if you will. They also say that, this is a big infrastructure for the country itself. It's going to provide jobs. It's going to, and also jobs in the future and more money coming into the country. So I think they're pretty excited about it. And as a cruiser, a new destination with new things to do, I'm pretty excited about it too. Next, we have the missing persons report. And it's Tanisha Williams went missing on the 17th of February on the Radiance of the Seas. Now, she got off in Cozumel and didn't report back to the ship. So the ship told, the port authorities that, she never got back on, etc. And so you would expect at that point that everything gets reported to the police and they can put out a search and try and find where this person is. But apparently that didn't happen for 8 days. 8 days before they first reported it to the police, which 8 days in a missing persons report is a lifetime, right? They say, when somebody goes missing, the first 24, 48 hours are the most important. Well, this took 8 days to report. Now, there are some extenuating circumstances because they're saying in the Port Authority, well, we don't know if she was traveling alone. We don't know if she was traveling with friends. We weren't told if she was part of a group, traveling with relatives, anything like that. We weren't even provided a picture of what she looks like, which is very strange because every person boarding the cruise ship had to have a picture taken and put on file, right? Facial recognition. So yeah, not sure what happened, where the miss was there, whose fault it was, but there have been a few reports out there now saying that she's been found. I take this with a bit of a grain of salt because there are no details. And there's only a couple reports. There are many, many reports out there of her missing and going missing and still missing. Only 1 or 2 posts out there saying that she's been found, but 0 details. Where was she? What was she doing? What's happening to her now? Is she okay? Is she in hospital? Nothing whatsoever. Just saying she's been located and there's no details. Which is very strange in a situation like this when an American goes missing in a foreign country. Normally, they're all over it, reporting that she's safe and sound, and here's what's happening, and this is what's going. Nothing right now. Absolutely nothing. It's like crickets. So hopefully she's okay. Hopefully the report is true that she was located and she's doing well. She could be in hospital for all we know. She could be kidnapped for all we know. We don't know. There's no details. And that's the scary part of this whole story, the conflicting reports right now. And so I'll keep you updated the more I hear, but we can keep our fingers crossed that the small reports we're getting that she was located and found and she's safe and sound is true. Well, let me know in the comments down below. Are you guys excited for a new destination in the Caribbean, updating their port, new club on board, a new marketplace, etc.? More things to do just to walk off the ship and do as opposed to spending hundreds of dollars on a shore excursion? Makes sense to me, and yeah, I'm hoping so. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel logs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.